Also helps if the plug's not punched.
Yeah, but I told him to use ones where the plugs aren't punched. He grabbed out of the wrong.
Yeah.
As soon as the door is shut. Okay, Derek, I'm ready when you're ready.
You have to sit here and suffer today.
Oh, I was gonna start by talking about the piano. Okay. Good. Hang on just a second before I lose this one thought. Okay, now, I know that Mr. Norman is just, was subbing tonight, right? You have a real accompanist someplace, right, that couldn't be here?
I think he is.
Oh, he's gonna play, okay, well, it would still, then even better, he'll be real shocked when we do this. Probably we should have moved the piano up just a little bit so that you can see him out of your eye. But when you start, make sure. Well, let's just pretend I know the first chord of this, but I don't. You need to give him some kind of indication of when you're going to start, because you kind of just played, and you know he's real good, and he caught you, but it did look a little awkward at the beginning. So all you have to do is, like, you were tapping your foot anyway, right? So tap your foot to the beat, and then just go 1, 2. All you have to do is give it a 1, 2, and he'll watch your foot and play. Let's try that. Let's say I know the first chord. See, now you don't even have to say ready, go, because he'll know to do that. And so will your accompanist. And also, by saying ready, go, you have to go ready, go, shake the mouthpiece in your mouth all of a sudden. So you will want to just go 1, 2, and then breathe in rhythm on beat 4 and he'll get it. Okay? Try it again. Okay, now you faked me out because you started on beat 4, okay? So we're going to go 1, 2, that's silent 3, and then breathe on 4. 1, 2, silent, breathe. Right again. I know this is confusing if you've never done it, but starting is an important thing. You can make a real good impression on that first note. I know when I judge, that's something that I get everything from people that go 1, 2, ready, go, and then they take a completely different tempo than what they've done, to people that look at their pianos and just go like that. You know, so this is a good way to do it if you can. If it doesn't, I don't want you to go and have heart failure over it, but it would, if you can, that'd be great. Try it again. We'll go 1, 2, and you're going to think ready, and then you're going to breathe on 4. So you're going to go 1, 2, think ready, down, okay, and that's it, okay? Try it again. Ready, okay, you did it, but you got a little fake in there. Try it one more time. It's pretty good. Okay, and that was your strongest one. Now, if that makes you real uncomfortable, then ask Mr. Norman, you know, to get you started. He'll do that, okay? The first thing that I want you to do, that first note's mezzo forte, and I felt you were a little timid on it. So make a good impression. Go ahead and play the first couple measures. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I do see a lot of slur marks there, okay? 1, 2, 3, breathe. I did mention in there is that sometimes you don't read your articulations the way they're written on the paper. Like, you'll slur a whole measure, or sometimes you'll tongue the whole measure when there's a slur over the whole measure. And those would be little things that, now you're playing Saturday, right?
Yep.
Okay, that would be something that your judge, let's see, who's your judge?
Sure.
Oh, okay, would you know it if I said it? Geez, I don't know. See, I hire all these guys. So I was going to tell you what your judge was like. Let's see, who would it be? Anybody got their paper here? All right. Creevy? Emmons. Okay, Mr. Emmons is from North Muskegon, and is a clarinet player.
Nope, it's not Emmons, I'm sorry. I can't quite make it out again.
Emmons, Creevy. DeVoe?
That's what it is, it's a D.
Oh, Mr. DeVoe. Mr. DeVoe's from Grand Rapids, and he is also a clarinet player. And one of the things that they will probably mention is if you've got all these articulations written in your music, you really ought to play what's there, okay? So make sure that you're not in your nervousness or whatever. Just, oh, it's easier to maybe slur that. Don't do that. Do it the way it's written. Your air support is pretty good. You've got a couple of counting things right in here that you got to accidental, first of all. A flat, G, A flat again is the accidental case in the measure. So can we start, why don't we start right here, 28. Ready, go. Da, da, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, down, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now that one's a B natural. Let's try it again. 2, ready, go. 5, ba, ba, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 3, 4, and 1. Okay, right here, ready and go. 3, 4, or I'm sorry, 3, ready, again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Okay, now I'm gonna not sing this time. You're gonna play that. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1. Okay, now I'm very impressed because a lot of bass clarinet players have trouble playing over the break, and you've got a nice sound up there, and not to mention the fact that you get over the break. But you know what would sound really neat, and to avoid me singing again, and really. Where's the loudest note in that thing from 28 till 33? Where's the loudest note, you think? We play that. I'll play it again, and I'll play it, and you tell me what the note, the loudest note is I play. Oh, I'll play it in your key. All right, blue one. What was it? That's exactly right. And that's what you're shooting for in that whole thing. That's a build-up to that F that you play. Can you try it again from 28 to, is my time up? Do it anyway. 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4, and louder, louder, 2, 3, okay, that'll be real dramatic if you do it that way. Okay? Good. Work on those articulations and really exaggerate your dynamics. You can sound good. Thank you. You can tell him all about this. Tell him that this is one of the first pieces, orchestral pieces that use saxophone. It's not too many times you see a saxophone in an orchestra, but this is one of them. It's a big thing in Louisiana. Okay, I'm almost done with this other one. If I shut up, I'd be done now. Let's see. I'm almost done.
You could play a little bit.
Yeah, go right ahead. It's okay.
Just warm up a little bit.
Let's see, where's that last one? On the sheet. Yeah. Actually, I already have a copy of it. I like yours better. Okay. Anytime you're ready. Okay. Now, one thing I said on here is I wanted to make sure that you and your accountants have gone over what you're gonna do when you tune, so I'm gonna be your piano player for a second. And I just wanna make sure that you know, just so that on Saturday you don't walk in and, I judged one Saturday and everybody came in and tuned and everybody knew what to do, and then the next Saturday, they came in and they just sort of, well, that's good enough, and they started to play. So now, how do you go about tuning?
Well, we have a tuner.
But,
so-
that's all very well and good, but the tuner's not gonna be there Saturday at Waverly High School.
Okay.
I got a little pocket tuner. Well, that's not gonna do you any good either, because the little pocket tuner isn't gonna be in tune probably with the piano in that room. So you have to tune to the piano. So, I would suggest that you tune on a G. You can play, I don't know if Mr. Norman has you play more than one note when you tune. Like in my band, I have the kids play D, E, F, G, or F sharp, G, and then hang on to the G. But go ahead and just play your G. Okay, then you would stop and then have your piano player play their concert, their B flat. Okay, so try it again. Okay, now I hear a spitty sound in your mouthpiece, so either you need to one of those numbers or you need to take a bigger breath so that there's not that gurgly sound. Try again. Okay, now to me, sounds a little flat, right? Okay, I would push in a little bit. I think it's easier to hear if you play one at a time than the piano plays, rather than I've seen some piano players that sit there and do this and they're doing all kinds of stuff. They're like playing a concerto while somebody's playing one B flat. So and they're assuming that this B flat, this B flat, this B flat are all the same don't be surprised if it's different than what you're used to your tuner, because you never know about these pianos, okay? Okay, now it's probably a little sharp, but that's the general idea. So, and you go back and forth until you're satisfied. All right, now, I would say overall, your tempos on this thing are a little fast. Okay, you don't have to play this fast. Like in this beginning thing, a lot of times, and it could be because you're nervous, your fingers were moving and your tongue were moving, but they were moving at 2 different times. You can wipe the sweat off. It's okay. Oh, this is a good thing too. On Saturday, don't wear a sweater, because when you're nervous, you get hot, and then if you're wearing a sweater, it only complicates things. So you may not want to wear a sweater or something. Just wear something kind of cool, or wear a sweater and then take it off to play, because I think you feel a lot cooler. That's something I learned from a friend of mine that's judging Saturday. Anyway, at 112, I don't have my metronome here, but you can play that a little bit slower, and it's Martial, march. Okay, think about a bunch of French soldiers coming in. It's the Olympics, okay? And they're marching in. Okay, try that. 1, 2, ready, go. Okay, great, great. So you don't have to play that fast, because I felt like right down in here, your fingers and tongue were together. And you don't have to do, and that also, doesn't that make that grace note a little bit easier to play? Okay, so that's kind of a stately march there. Then the andante, you can go slower there. Now, let's see, play this for me here. Whenever you want to start. Okay, now, I would use more air, because you can hear da, and then you can hear your finger going down, and then the note. Ding, da, da, da. Okay, and then did you do that turn? I was in the
Yes,
middle of
I
writing
did.
something. Okay, I just wanted to make sure that you were doing it, because if you don't, you should cross it out. I would put in a little bit of a crescendo here, okay? Just so that you don't poop out. There's a difference between okay? There's a little bit of difference, isn't there? Okay, make sure that you don't go too fast on these tempos. 64, I was sitting here looking at the second hand of my watch quite a bit, and you can slow these things down, and like here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3. What's your key? B flat? Oh, okay, B natural. All right, I got it. Okay, lots and lots of air, because in this section in particular, you had trouble getting notes to come out because there's not enough air. A couple of little things just for performance things. Try not to do the, you know, when you get through the section. And again, it's probably because you're really warm, but try not to do that. And then over here, this can be a lot slower. Well, I won't say a lot, but somewhat. Okay, and then on the soft, take a huge breath. Okay, so you got purposely, she could not set up your chairs because I wanted to see what you guys would do. You can come in, we got extra chairs over there if you want to. You don't have to. Okay, I'll be with you in a second. You guys want to tune or anything?
Yeah.
Okay, go right ahead. Closing that title away. All right, I'm almost done. Good luck.
This is your 8th grade quintet, Sarah Sheatham, Casey Shock, Tom Cremines, thank you, and Steph West. They're playing The Secret.
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
Okay. I can tell you really well rehearsed. That's good. First things first. I would say if you're going to stand, I would stand in this way. Okay, you probably would want to use 4 stands. And I would have my first alto here, and right next to my first alto here, I would have my second alto, and then I would have my third alto over here, and I would have my fourth alto. That way you're looking at each other, you can hear intonation, you can see each other, you don't even have to do the 1, 2, ready, go. And I'll show you how you're going to do that. Now, who's playing? Let's switch your parts, or switch around. So I've got third here, fourth here. Who's third? Take one over here. Oh, you guys can share a stand for right now. How's that? when I can do trumpet playing. Okay, so you put your stuff right there. Now, we'll talk about starting first. Sorry. When you start, now you were playing this in fast 4, right, instead of cut time? Okay, that's okay. But I would, rather than go, now go ahead and start again, because I'm not quite sure what you did. I wrote it, some of it's down, but go ahead and start them over.
1, 2,
Okay, what I would do rather than 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, because that doesn't give you very much time to get the horn in your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. What I would say is 1, 2, or 1, 2, D, D. You might even do that. You could, if you want to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I think I'd leave the last thing out. I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, da, da, and you can all think 1, 2. And what would even be better is if they could all look at your foot. Tap, 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 tap. Da, da, D. Okay, try that. Let's try it real subtle first. If you're going to be the starting tempo keeper, you have to tap your foot, and everybody has to look at your foot. Okay? So wear nice shoes.
Okay.
See, you guys are so well rehearsed that I don't think you need to do the 1, 2, ready, go bit. And you do such a nice job that it detracts. It's sort of like, I get to a point where sometimes at festivals, I look for that at the beginning of the piece. Where does it say 1, 2, ready, play? You know, and I always hear it, but I never see it on the music. And you guys do sound well, good enough that you don't really need to do that. That's first thing. Actually, that's the second thing. I talked out of turn. Tuning. If you're not around the tuner in the school and you've got to tune by yourselves, what are you going to do? Tune to each other. Okay, we're going to tune to the first alto, okay? Stop. Now, second alto, play your note. G. Okay, now get a nice big breath. Do it again. Okay. Rico? Rico Reed? Lavaz Reed? Rico Reed. Okay. You might try, do you guys buy your reeds here?
Yeah.
Mr. Norman keeps them. Try a Rico Royale or a Lavaz. I think you'll like the sound. That might be a little bit soft also. But get a nice big breath so you get a nice clear tone. Try it again. Is she flat or sharp to him? Right. Yep, so you're going to push in just a little bit. Now you're going to play by yourself again. Now she sounds a little too much. Pull out just a hair. Okay? Sounds pretty close, but it's a little sharp. Let's try. See, I think it's the reed is so soft that you can bend your pitches a little bit. Play a G together. Did you hear how it started out? But you did a good job of listening and adjusting. But you would want to make that so you don't have to feel uncomfortable playing. That you adjust the mouthpiece. Then you would do the same thing with first and third, and then first and fourth. And then when you're all done, then all of you play a concert B flat. And we shouldn't hear any waivers. It should sound like one person playing. Ready? Hit it. Not quite, right? Let's try it again. Let's try you. Play G. G. Sounds a little sharp. And don't stop the note with your tongue. Pull out a little bit. Okay? Together. Okay. There. Ooh, I'm sorry. Rico Royale. Your reed sounds very buzzy. And is it an older reed or is it fairly new? Okay, it could be because it's new. I don't know. Sometimes you just never know about reeds. They're so temperamental. I don't know. That's okay. It's on tape now. Let's try it one more time. Take a nice big breath when you play. Go ahead. Yeah, don't stop the note with your tongue. Don't go ta. That's a bad habit. Just ta. You don't sing like this. Mer, re, had, so you don't play like that, okay? 8th grade or 7th? Yeah, you might want to try a 3. I think you might be ready for it. I've noticed some of my 6th graders lately are using 2.5s and they sound like they're too soft. But play it together, see if the pitch wavers. Now, you guys can help them. I think it's easier to tune when you're not having to do it yourself. And you can hear that waver, so that means they're not quite in tune, you have to adjust. Let's try you two. Don't stop the note with your tongue. Don't do ta. I want to hear ta and stop. Oh, I think they're awfully close. Let's hear it. Okay, there's a little bit of an edge in all of your sounds except for yours tonight, and it could be a couple things. Always make sure you have a good amount of air, because air will take, even if you've got like water in your mouthpiece and you're getting that kind of zzz from the saliva in your mouthpiece, you can get rid of that if you use enough air. Make sure that your reeds are all real good and that they're the right stiffness. Now, I wouldn't go out and buy a box of these things. Like I would try, for you, I would try a Rico Royale, like a 3, or Labaz medium. For you, I'd try a Rico Royale 3. What do you got? You got a Labaz and a medium? Labaz medium. Yeah, and what you're looking for is not something that, like the board that I have on my mouthpiece tonight, that's very, very hard, but you want to get something that has a little bit of resistance to it, a little, so that you have a little more control, okay? And I talked a lot about tuning, but I think there's not a lot I need to say about your quartet. Your quartet sounds good notes and rhythm-wise, and there aren't a lot of dynamics written in it, so I can't really discuss dynamics, and there aren't a lot of articulation, so you tongue, make sure you're tonguing on the tip of the reed with the tip of your tongue. The biggest thing I can tell you to work on is tuning, because even I've had really wonderful quartets come in that don't know how to tune, and they sound awful, and so it affects their tone, and it affects those 2 categories on the top of the sheet, tone and intonation, and sometimes it'll even affect technique. So that's the number 1 thing you work on, okay? Good, thank you. You guys sound good. Yeah, go ahead. before you go Saturday, breath mark, breath mark, breath mark. It's the staccato notes there. If you have enough air, they'll sound light and bouncy, but if you don't have enough air, they won't be light and bouncy.
Oh, okay.
So the key to everything for you on this Saturday is air support.
So
If you
breathe right there.
Oh, you can breathe there.
Or is that what you're saying there?
No, what I'm saying is you need more air all the time. That's what I think your teacher's been saying. And here, air support will let you make the staccato, because right now they're not. If I may play this in the key that my saxophone's in. You gotta have air. You gotta have energy, okay? I got 1 minute to write anything about you. Good luck. You need to sit down before Saturday, and it's gonna freak you out, but if you haven't done it before, you need to sit down and play every single note on that soprano sax with a tuner. You are going to be amazed, shocked. And you're not gonna be able to fix everything, but just be aware that there are some very out of tune notes on your soprano sax that if you at least know that going into it, and the judge says, gee, have you ever done this? And you can say yes, and I know there's a lot of notes that are out of tune, and here they are, and this is this, and this is this. They'll be real impressed to know that you're working on it, okay? But if you go and say, gee, no, I've never sat down with soprano sax. See, that was the running joke I was talking about before. I don't know if you were even paying any attention, but we have 3 soprano saxophones, and 1 soprano sax is out of tune enough, but put 3 together last night. We were just jamming on something. It was out of tune. So check your soprano like tomorrow with a tuner, and just make sure that you've got a handle on what if you're in the ballpark, okay?
Use that tuner.
and that crescendo, decrescendo, boy, that was just beautiful. And I thought, now, how come I like that so much? Well, I won't say so much, but I like that more than what I've heard so far. Why is that? And I think I decided it's because, the crescendo, decrescendo, but I think it's because when you did the crescendo and the decrescendo, you had to put more oomph into it. Now, these guys that have been in here with me all night have heard me say this, but, and they probably think I'm a broken record, but I feel that the number one thing people can do for themselves more than anything, you're well rehearsed, you know your notes, you know your rhythms, you play the dynamics. There's not much I can say about any of that, but the one thing that I can tell you that would make it sound even better is if you would make sure that you use that kind of air support that you used on the crescendo, decrescendo, like when you start the piece. Like play the first note, very first note. Ready? Breathe. Okay, now I got a new one. Now you're playing second, right? Okay, now all those throat tones that you're playing, throat tones, anything from C with just the thumb, no register key, up to this B flat, right? Throat tones, you're the clarinetist in here. Yeah, so everything in between that C and this B flat, 1 and 1, the register key and the one up here, those are nasty out of tune notes on a clarinet most of the time, and usually, this is a generalization, at least my clarinet players, they tend to be a little sharp, okay? So what I want you to do is play that A again for me. Go ahead and just play it. Okay, now I want you to take a huge breath and think about saying ah a little and drop your jaw just a little bit. Ah. Okay, don't lower your head. Just drop your jaw. You may feel like you're dropping your jaw, but you're not. Yeah. I want to hear a pitch change. Yeah. Now, in order to do that though, you got to have air, because what happens, I can do this on my saxophone and give you the same idea. If I don't blow, I drop my jaw, nothing comes out unless I have a lot of air. See, I can do that, but I had lots and lots of air. Play that A again for me. Yeah. Oh, but you backed away. When you first started, that was beautiful. I really like that. Do that again. Okay, now do exactly that. You play your E at the same time. Ready? And. Okay, you will find, and if you would do this, check your notes with the tuner. Everything from, I'll even write it, 3, 4, 5, C to B flat. I just made myself a note to tell you that. Check those with a tuner and see, and if they're sharp, the way you remedy that is to drop your jaw, and then use lots of air. Your A flat in particular, I noticed, was particularly out of tune. Then you put it with E's and F's over here. First is playing, and if it's a little bit on the flat side, which it sounds like to me, but I'm not perfect and I don't have a tuner here, but it does sound a little flat and you sound a little sharp. You put it together and it's not very well in tune as it could be. So check that first E and make sure, or the F that you have, make sure it's in tune. But I suspect it's the throat tones, and it's not you. That's the way it is on the clarinet. A lot of people have, well, on my clarinets, I just harped at them today about we're playing this thing and they're all in the middle throat tone range, and I'm going, come on, guys, because I make them sit down with this chart and play every note with a friend, and the friend checks off whether they're sharp, flat, or in tune, and they hate me for doing it, but then they also know what notes are in tune. That would probably be the first thing I tell you to do, is make sure you check those pitches, particularly in that range. Check the higher ranges and make sure that you're blowing that air like up this way. Think about, well, like, for example, play by yourself at the beginning. 1, 2, feet on the floor. Good impression for the judge, please. Ready? Breathe. Oh, I need more air. Ready? Big breath. That's good. And then make sure, just because there's a breath mark there, that you don't cheat that last beat 4 and breathe on beat 4. lots of air support when you're playing, check those pitches, because I think that's the one thing that'll make this really sound even better than it already sounds is, if there was one thing I could tell you to do is check that intonation with a tuner. Now, you're gonna have to find time, because I told everybody just about that's come in here tonight that they better go check with the tuners, so you're gonna have to have tuner time pretty soon. But do that, because I think it'll help, okay? Thanks for playing and good luck. Who's your judge Saturday? Emmons, DeVoe? Okay. I'm ready. You got any music for me?
Oh,
You're
shoot,
the-
nothing in the room.
Well, yeah, go ahead and go
Okay,
get
yeah.
it. Take your time. Take your time.
Don't drop your sack.
At least it wasn't me this time.
Well, you all had your turn today.
Yeah, we have.
That's true.
They all forgot
Yeah.
their goal today.
And,
I think I better take it. I know, but I'm not me though.
I never forget my music.
we're gonna call it.
School, right?
The one, you might say
No, I don't think so.
that you never take it home to practice.
I've never heard her practice.
This year I've taken it home to practice about 6 times altogether. But in my freshman and my sophomore year, I took it home every day to practice.
You guys are not
I've
gonna
been
do that.
lazy since I became a senior.
Saturday.
No, I know.
I don't practice
Well,
anymore.
what does that mark us down? Look at our board. Like zero.
I'm ready whenever you are. after dee da da dee da da.
You know where it is.
We're going down.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Is that G? What are your notes there?
G, B, G, D, and A, D.
Okay, I have, and it should be a C. G, C, C, A, C, C.
Oh.
Trust me, because
Okay.
your guy will know this piece, and it's written here as a C, and I watched you finger a D, and so I wanted to check and make sure. So don't forget to change that. Okay, this piece is a little on the slow side, but not too bad. But what happened at B, I felt like you were slowing down there, and it's because of the dynamic range. Now we're going to start at letter B. You're going to play, and I'm going to give the tempo. Okay, letter B. But you're going to take a breath like you're going to play triple forte, but you're only going to play the piano. 1, ready, breathe. Isn't that the tempo you took at the beginning? That's the tempo you should take at B. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, ready, breathe. Okay, now I hear all kinds of stuff in there. As far as, or I see all kinds of articulations in there, but I don't hear them. Now, you're having trouble getting down to low C, right?
Yes, I can't do it right now. I can usually do it.
But I'm nervous, and what can I say? All right. So what you have to do, you have to think about, were you in here when I was talking to the other people? You have to think about yawning with your mouth closed, because that's the only way you get those low notes out. And I used to do the same thing. It's just, people play those low notes and they go, and it's because I'm pushing up on my jaw, and I'm also going E with my throat. Forget that D crescendo right now. Okay, try that. 1, ready, go. D, da, 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 da. Okay, now, you know another way you can do that is pop that C. C, G, C. Really pop it, because sometimes that helps. I don't prefer it because then the horn jiggles. But I think the best thing is to do is just to relax. Just relax, right? There you go, you got it. Now, we all need to use more air support. Okay, I've been saying that all night, but it's true. Because when you slowed down at B, it's because you were trying to play the dynamic level, but you were not playing the dynamic level well because there's not enough air support. Plus, you were slowing down because there wasn't enough air to push the notes out of the horn when they wanted to come out, or when you really wanted them to come out. So, letter B. 1, 2, 3, 1, go. We gotta make sure you play this G, C, C. Maybe I should get a pencil and check that right now. Where's that?
When that doesn't pass for me, just play it.
Yeah. Okay. Intonation. Before we go, I want to talk about that. I could do more on this, but you all need to observe your articulations a little more closely. Because look what you got. Again, I'm going to play this in the wrong key, but. You got 2 staccato notes there, but I don't hear anybody playing staccato notes when they're there. Okay? And then I was doing that over here with you. Okay? Lots and lots of hairs for it. When you tune, who do you want it to tune to? Were they tuning to you? It's okay.
I think they were.
Okay. Whoa, all right, now, before Saturday, pick a designated tuner here, okay? I don't care which one you know, whoever you want. You want to use your tenor saxophonist? It's fine. But whoever it is, they're going to play a note. Go ahead and play your C. And now you stop and you play your C. Low. Okay, I would play your middle C. Oh, but you got low. Characteristic sound, low. Okay, now play your C again. No, the same one. Okay, now that's hard to hear octave-wise, but you would have the same thing. I don't think I would tune your high C because you don't play up there. I don't think I would tune your low C necessarily because you don't play down there. There's so many weird things with a soprano anyway that I would tune the middle C. You're flat to him, so you'd have to push in. If you're not sure, play it together. Play your C's. Ready? Go. Nice little waver. Now you guys are good at adjusting. That's good. Mr. Norman must beat that into you or something. Because the longer you played, the more the pitch quit wavering. It was nice, smooth, steady sound. So you do that until you guys are in tune, then the two of you tune. You might want to use him only because he's the middle range. You're the high, you're the low, and he's the middle, and it might be easier to hear. I don't know. You decide, though. You can work on that. Then you do the same thing with the two of you. Then the three of you play. Then if you have, there aren't any unison notes where you end on all the same note in here. Or is there? What's the last A? No, none of you end on any notes that are unison, so you don't have to worry about that. But you could play a scale if you wanted. But know who you're going to tune to and make sure that you also tune in the performance room as well as the warm-up room, just because there'll probably be some temperature. Waverly High School is kind of weird, and I've been in places where the auditorium's way down here, and then they make you walk halfway around the school to get to another place, and it could be real cold, and your horns could change between warm. So just make sure that you do that, okay? Again, you guys are well rehearsed, note-wise and rhythm-wise. You're fine. I like what you're doing with dynamics, especially around letter B. Letter B was real, real nice in there. And if you could do more of that with the dynamics, then your articulations, observe those a little more closely and use more ear so that all the notes come out. Okay? Because I think you sound real good. Who's your judge for this one? John? Anderson? Don't let him tell any jokes.
No, they don't have Anderson, they have Nichols.
Oh, do they? Oh, well, it's good. Nichols doesn't tell bad jokes. Anderson